You're running out of time and you need to take action today, right now, because you never know when you will be out of time. Welcome to Brick Breakers, the podcast where we break down the walls holding us back from becoming the strongest, happiest version of ourselves. Now let's start breaking those walls. Hey everyone, welcome back to Brick Breakers. So we're going to be talking about running out of time. We are done. Our time has finished. We are coming to an end and it's too late. So I have three things I want to talk about. One of them being my dad not getting his immigration papers and him being chronically ill, and me worrying that I'll get a call any day that something bad happened to him. I'll also be talking about losing weight, especially after having a baby. And the third thing is turning down a marketing opportunity or like a career opportunity. Because not all of us do marketing. So you guys can fill in the blank with whatever career you guys have. And I would love to catch you all up on what I've been up to. And that's what I'm going to do before we get into this episode. I have my little notes right here. I don't have a thing that you read up there. I forgot what it's called. I'm blanking on the name of it. So I know some people do, they like read off of a monitor, teleprompter, that's what it's called, but I don't have that. So I usually just make some bullet points of what I want to talk about, and this has been on my mind recently. I'm looking down here because this is how I can track the microphone recording. And I also want to say that I don't have my headphones, the little cat ears. I kind of wanted that to be like a staple piece in my podcast, but it's okay. I am the staple piece. I am the brand, or my face is memorable enough. I just felt like the cat ears were super memorable and cute, but my headphones are falling apart and I don't feel like wearing my cat headphones anymore. I don't know. That's different because I worn them every episode, but I'm not gonna be wearing them anymore. Now I could wear earrings because before with my headphones, like I had to take off my earrings because the back of the earring would like stab my skin. But yeah, today I have these cute little lemon earrings. Yay! So I'll be able to show you guys earrings. That's exciting. The only downfall about not having my headphones is I have no idea how I sound, or if I'm too far or too close, or if it catches any other sound that I make. So yeah, that's kind of nerve-wracking. And if I'm looking up, is because that's where the monitor is today. I actually charged it. So I can see myself if I'm centered or off centered or whatever. So what have I been up to? There has been so much going on. My friend is getting married. One of my closest best friends is getting married, and it's crazy because I'm getting old. I don't know. I feel like we're getting old, and I guess that kind of ties into we're running out of time. Like every day is a blessing. We never know when it's our last day. We could be 17, 26. We just never know when our last day would be. 80. We're lucky if we have good health and we get to grow old and our family is good too, but sometimes we don't have that. And that's why I really want to talk about we're running out of time. You're running out of time. And I have really had that on my heart recently. But also something else before we get into it that's been going on. I'm going to be going to Mexico. I'm going to go see my dad. Because his health just keeps declining. He's in a wheelchair. He's blind. His hand is turning purple. His fingers turning purple because he's losing circulation in his fingers. And I am really worried about him. My husband is paying for my brother's ticket so my brother can go with us because he's only been able to meet my dad or see my dad after he was deported one time when my husband and me got married, instead of having like a traditional honeymoon, we just went on a family trip because my brother has never seen my dad, and I only have been able to visit my dad a few times because it's expensive to fly out, and it's not something that everyone gets to have, to visit a loved one that lives in a different state. So I'm super thankful that I've had the opportunities to go out there like 4 to 5 times to visit him. And he's going to get to meet my son. Finally, I'm looking forward to that. And I just keep praying to God that I get the opportunity to go to Mexico to see him, for him to hold my son, because we never know when our last day is. And I just keep praying that he's okay, that I'm okay, because even though my dad is sick, I can become ill or something can happen. We never know. And that still, like, it ties into this topic about we're running out of time. And I also want to mention that this Friday, I'm going to be partying it up for my friend's bachelorette, and I went out to get some press-on nails, purple ones to match my outfits, purple, kind of a little bit revealing, which is fun because I don't really wear stuff like that, so I'm excited to wear something like that. I have been eating healthier, going to the gym. It's been super hard to lose my baby weight that I've gained, like, since I had a baby. My pregnancy weight gain has been tough. I've been so tired. I'll get into that. I'll get into that later, but I'm excited for that foam rave. I'm looking forward to dressing up. I recently also went to an art show, a huge art show here, where they had over 100 artists at the Visalia Convention Center. And it was super cool because in the Central Valley where I live, we don't really have things like that. And it's not very common. I would say the target market doesn't really live here. But I know that there is a couple people here and there that do love art and want to go out and buy this art that isn't super traditional, that's like trippy or hippie style, or a little bit, I would say, not conservative. So it's fun to see that the Central Valley is having things like that, and I would love to bring something like that to this area, because this area is behind. Like, I go to the Bay Area or to other places, they have billboards and lights and what are those delivery robots that bring your food? So food delivery robots and our cards, they're so cool in LA. And I wish they had things like that here, but it's just like a small town. It's not even that small, but it's pretty small. Like, you could get from one side to the other side in 20-30 minutes max. So I'm super excited that there's starting to be things like that. Another update is I haven't been doing that well, like, with my mental health. Today was definitely a tough day. I definitely had some tough days, like this last, I don't know, couple weeks, and it's been tough because my dad's really not doing good, and my mom's not here anymore. She passed a long time ago, like over 10 years ago, and I still miss her and I still grieve her because now I have a baby and I wish she was here to hold my baby, but she's not. And there's so many things that I really miss and wish that she was here to get to experience and that I could give to her. And those moments never go away. I don't have relatives where I live. My brother lives really far in Missouri. My other brother is homeless, has mental health illness like schizophrenia and depression. So I rarely ever hear from him. I don't even know where he is right now. And I have just family members that either are in Mexico or Colorado or the Bay Area, and I don't have any family here. So I really have my friends, and I'm super thankful for them, but I really miss my parents, my family. Like, they mean a lot to me. So there's a lot of things that I grieve, and that is really heavy on my heart. And right now going through um always thinking about my dad possibly passing away any day is really heavy on my heart, and I think about him all the time, and I feel really really bad for his situation. I put myself in his shoes. Like, I can't imagine being blind in a wheelchair, not being able to eat anything that I want to eat, having a really strict diet, feeling super weak and sick and in pain all the time, going to the hospital within 10 days and being in the hospital for 3 days, sometimes having to be there longer and having to be there sooner than 10 days. I can't even imagine what he goes through. And living my life where I'm not going through what he's going through, I still have rough days and I complain and I'm upset and I'm hurting. But when I really change my perspective and think about his life or someone else's life, it makes me realize that I can't complain too much, because I know that it could be tougher, but it's also completely okay to not disregard my feelings or my emotions through what I'm going through. So I do give myself grace, and it's been really tough for me recently, just thinking about the death of my dad, and it's been weighing a lot on my shoulders, like the possibility of him passing away, and how I don't have my mom here, and really missing my family. It just makes such a huge difference. Like, I feel that people don't understand unless they go through it. So yeah, that's what's been going on. There's been a lot of good, a lot of bad, I would say, like mixed feelings. There's something that's been really coming up for me is there's nothing that's bad for you. Everything is for you, and you learn from something, even if it seems like it's really terrible. It's a really terrible time, or you're going through something really bad. In the end, you learn from it, and it's best to have the mentality that it's for you and not against you. So that's something that's been shifting my mindset. So I would love to get into this episode now. I am a little bit stressed out because my baby's crying, and the whole thing about me not having my headphones. So I don't know if this audio is good or not good, but let's get into this episode. So the story I want to use to kick off this episode is me working on my dad's immigration papers. He was deported when I was about 13. I'm 25 now, so it's been over 10 years. And he needed to be gone for 10 years to complete his pardon and be able to apply to re enter. And I am the youngest of 10. I have 5 stepbrothers and stepsisters, and I also have 2 biological brothers, and actually 7 stepbrothers and sisters, 2 stepsisters, and then 5 stepbrothers, and then 2 biological brothers. So we're a total of 10. My dad has 10 kids. And they don't have the best relationship with my dad, my stepbrothers and sisters, and I had an okay relationship with him. I didn't really get to know him because at 13 you're figuring yourself out, and I had a interesting upbringing with my parents and my brothers, so it wasn't like the traditional household. We lived in a drug house full of 26-ish people, and I didn't really get to live with my dad. He kind of lived next door in this handmade boarded room where it was just literally boards making a room outside in the backyard attached to the home. It wasn't even like insulated, or it literally was wood boards hammered together to make a room in the back. So it wasn't a room at all. And I don't even remember what they used to cover the like what the roof was. It must have been like a tarp or something. I don't remember now. But I didn't really get to have a bonding experience with my dad. I still love him. He was really a hardworking dad and was there for me and took care of me from what I could remember. So, why I want to bring this story up is because the theme of this episode is we're running out of time. My dad is chronically ill, and I it's very unlikely that he will make it out here. Like, very unlikely. I didn't believe that I had the knowledge and the skills to fill out paperwork for my dad. I was really overwhelmed when I was doing the research for him, and I got scammed. I sent over $1,000 to Mexico when I was in college because my dad found a lawyer that got a mom and daughter here really quickly. And he said that he was a brother in Christ, and that he learned about him in church, and that we could trust him. So I sent my dad over the money, and he ended up being scammed. I ended up being scammed. I was in college. Didn't I had a job that paid like $12 an hour, and I was paying other things. I got financial aid, but I was also paying rent, and I became the pretty much the person that was in charge of the home for a while because my brother left to get a higher paying job in the Bay Area while we were living in the Central Valley. So we got Section A because our mom had passed away. So we had a house. It's a long story, but long story short, I was the head of household. I was getting financial aid. I was in community college. I was getting paid $12 an hour or so, and I had sent my dad money. And I felt so overwhelmed because my stepbrothers and sisters didn't really want to help my dad because they don't have the best relationship with him. And my brother just was not financially able to help, and he had his own things going on. And you guys already know that my oldest brother, he has schizophrenia, and just he's homeless and struggles with just his mental health and functioning, doing regular day-to-day activities. So he definitely couldn't help. And at the time, we didn't have the resources we have now. Now you can ask AI, and AI will give you a pretty good answer of the steps to take when you're figuring something out. And also, you can't really trust things like that. I didn't know that there was an immigration consultant, and I didn't really know the resources that I had. And because I was scammed, I lost a lot of trust, and it was difficult for me to want to start the process again. And we also had that idea of him having to be gone for 10 years in the back of our mind. So we were like, okay, we still have time. We'll just wait until 10 years go by, and then we can figure this out. But then the 10 years came by, and I was still really young. I didn't know what I didn't know. And I also didn't have this like confidence in myself that I can figure it out. It was just so overwhelming for me to look into all the paperwork because there was so much. Like either you'd get a humanitarian visa, or you get a tourist visa, or you get a green card. Some of them are more expensive, some of them are quicker, some take longer, but it depends on your case. And it was just so much information. So I really wish that somebody would have told me, you got this, you can figure it out, or just really supported me in figuring it out, because now it's been over 10 years and I've looked into getting his papers fixed, but they told me it'd take 6 years. And then someone else told me that it'd take 3 years. And then someone said it'd take 1 year, but he doesn't qualify for a lot of things, and he's sick. He has to be in the hospital all the time, and he has a headache, and he's in pain, and he just has a lot of health issues. I've looked into paying for his dialysis here. It's $500 to $4,000 a session, and then up to $16,000 per month of dialysis treatment, and I don't have that kind of money. And also, just paying for a plane ticket for him to get here is a lot of money. And I am willing to figure that out. I'm willing to make money one way or another, but his health now is the main concern. We didn't know that he was going to be blind and he was going to be on dialysis and that everything was going to go downhill. We never know what's coming. But that's why I want to share with you all that you are capable of figuring anything out that you want to figure out. If something is overwhelming and you have no idea how you're going to get there or the steps to take, just take a breath and take it one step at a time. You got this, because one day of research every single day, before you know it, it's been 30 days and you've done 30 days of research and you feel way more confident than day one. You can totally do it. If you think you can't raise the funds, you can. There's so many resources that we have. A lot of family and friends would love to also help. There's GoFundMe's. If not, you can have an Etsy, or you can do car wash, or there's just so many different ways to figure out how to get funds. You can even ask for a raise, or you can get a new job. Like, things add up little by little, and don't let time go by without you working towards one of your goals or one of the things that you want to complete, because I felt very overwhelmed. I felt like I wasn't knowledgeable enough, and now my dad isn't going to get to be here. And that was really, really heartbreaking for me. And I was so sad and devastated because I really wanted him to be here. I wanted to go on to the beach, put my feet in the sand with him, walk on the beach, because I don't have any memories of us having a vacation and just getting to relax and spend time together. And I would love to watch a movie with him. He loved Jackie Chan, so I would have loved to watch Jackie Chan with him. We used to play Fusion Frenzy on Xbox, which is like a multiplayer game where you do little mini battles. We used to play that together. I would have loved to play a video game with him and watch Jackie Chan and laugh at the funny movies that he makes, and just go out and spend time together. Go eat some really tasty food. He loves Chinese food. I would have loved to take him out to a restaurant and say, "Hey dad, I got it. Don't worry. I'm paying." Just giving him that freedom to relax and not have to worry about paying for anything, because growing up it was always a struggle. We never got to go out because we couldn't afford it. We didn't go to the movie theaters, we didn't go to fancy restaurants or to get coffee or anything like that. Everything was homemade, or very rarely we went out and bought something that was cheap fast food, which was hardly ever. So please don't let 10 years go by without you figuring something out or working towards figuring something out. You know more than you think you know. And even if you don't, you can figure it out. Take it one step at a time. Take a deep breath. Don't be afraid to ask for help. There's so many resources. Don't close off your mind to opportunities or ways to get to where you want to get to. Don't let the way that your mind thinks about money hold you back, because money is such a huge thing for people. Like it is like, money is how we do anything: vacation, gift things to friends and family, loved ones, get things for ourselves, live. It's how we live. So think about your mindset towards money, because that could be something that's holding you back. But this is the first story. You're running out of time, and you need to take action today, right now, because you never know when you will be out of time. Now, for the second story, I gained a lot of weight I gained 10 pounds after I had a baby. And it may not sound like a lot, but I'm tiny. I'm 5 feet. I was 113. So it makes a huge difference on my body, because it mainly all went to my stomach area. So my stomach just looks bigger, and could even, I don't know, think that I'm a couple months pregnant just because I have a lot of belly weight or fat. So I've been recovering, and it's completely understandable for me to feel the way that I have felt the last couple months, because I had been healing from everything, like pushing out a baby. I got stitches. I was also, I don't know what it's called, like your insides have to compress, like they were stretched out, but they got to go back in place. All of your organs and everything needs to compress, and that's why you can't like jump and do activities that are really difficult, like heavy lifting and a bunch of other things. And I also did a lot of breastfeeding. I still do breastfeeding, but he's starting to eat now. In the beginning, I had to eat a lot more because I was losing more calories or burning a lot more calories from breastfeeding. And I was also a lot more sleep deprived because he was eating very frequently. Now he's starting to not eat as frequent. And because I was sleep deprived, I was craving a lot of sweets, and I was gaining weight because I wasn't sleeping well. I'm still not sleeping well, and I'm still craving sweets. But something that has really changed is I started meal prepping, and that's difficult because it's such a pain. You go grocery shopping, get the containers, cook everything, put it all in different containers, and then put it away. So I've managed to make it work one way or another, even if meal prepping goes 2 days, 3 days. I make it work. I would love for it to just be in a couple of hours one evening, but I haven't gotten to that point. The where I'm going with this is that I feel so much better after I meal prepped, and I actually saw the difference just within one day, like 24 hours. My bloating went down. Then within 3 days, I had already lost weight, and I looked so much better. I felt so much better. My mood was like I was happy, and I could think clearly. I felt energized, and I felt really proud and happy because I told myself I was going to do something, and I did it, and I could see the change in my body, and I felt motivated and inspired to keep going and to push myself even more, obviously in a healthy way, to push myself. I have been going to the gym with one of my really close friends, and that has been a great stress reliever. And also, I love socializing. I'm a mix of introvert and extrovert, mainly more extroverted because I get energized when I talk to people, but I don't like to talk to people all the time. I don't think anybody is okay with talking to someone 24/7. So I love going out and talking with her, and it feels so good to go up in weight. And I've started to notice my body becoming more toned, and I've been working out for a month and 2 to 3 weeks, so it hasn't been too long. There isn't like huge changes, but definitely a lot better than where I started, and especially in my mood and my mindset towards my day. So I also do bike workouts at home, and it's a great way to let out a lot of energy and burn calories, and then you just feel really good about yourself. So don't tell yourself that I'll start working out tomorrow. I'll start eating healthy tomorrow, because that's what I was telling myself. And then I felt motivated because we're going to go to that foam rave, and I wanted to wear something cute and kind of tight. So I was like, "Oh, I don't want to feel like not confident in that outfit. I want to be able to wear it and feel good. I don't want to worry about no, I don't feel like I'm in shape." So that's what really motivated me to start working out and eating clean and getting into a rhythm and a routine after having a baby. And I've already always loved eating clean because I don't like to feel gross, and I don't want to struggle with my health and have issues in the long run. I want to be in shape. It's just part of my personality, and I guess I just really learned about healthy eating at some point in my life. So it's just kind of been a lifestyle that I've had. I've never been a big person to um eat unhealthy, like chips and soda and stuff like that, until I met my husband. When I met my husband, I eat I like a lot of things that I didn't used to like before. So pizza, soda, donuts. He's not a big chip person, but I've always been a chip person. So I won't say that I started eating chips because of him. But there is a lot of things that I didn't eat until I met him. But I also don't regret it. Milkshakes is another big one that I didn't used to have before, but now I love milkshakes, especially Oreo milkshakes. So I just want to share with you guys that if you start, you'll see that difference within the first 24 hours, and you'll see a difference not only in your body if you're on a health journey or, a fitness journey, but also on your mindset, on your confidence. Like you feel so much better and lighter. Like, yes, I actually started. I did this. And don't be super strict either. I am strict, but that's only because I have an event that's coming up that I've been wanting to get in shape for. But even then, I'm not that strict because I already ran out of meal plans. I ordered groceries, but they got canceled. So I eat what I had, but I'm eating in my new lifestyle. Well, I've always had a healthy lifestyle, but I'm selective of what I eat. I don't just eat a bunch of junk. I make sure that it's like vegetables or fruits or protein. And if I have snacks, it's like nuts or raisins or crackers. Chocolate is okay too. I have dark chocolate. You can have a healthy lifestyle without making it feel like it's miserable. You don't have to feel miserable when you eat healthy or start your fitness journey. Make it fun, like just going on a walk or jump rope is a pain, but if you like jump rope, put some music on, and just 5 minutes of jump rope can make a huge difference. That's what I used to do with my friend when we first started, and wow, I've never looked so good in my life than that time when I used to jump rope. I was also lifting and um I don't know. I think I was just lifting and jump roping because I wasn't strict with my diet. I wasn't dieting or anything like that, and I still looked really good. But also, I'm a mom now, and my metabolism is slower. So my message with the story is to start now, especially on your fitness journey, because one day, the day that you start, it could be like 30 days later. Like if you started today, before you know it, 30 days will have passed. Time flies by. So why not take advantage of today, right now? Don't say, I'll start tomorrow. Start it right now. Because even if you're starting a healthy eating journey, then just choose for dinner to eat something, whatever time you're watching this. For dinner, choose a healthier dinner, or for lunch, choose a healthier lunch, or don't eat that bag of chips that you were going to eat. Just make sure you're staying hydrated, drink more water. Just really take action now, because I wish I would have. I didn't realize how big of a difference I was going how I was going to feel, and how big of a difference it was going to be from just 24 hours of eating cleaner. That's crazy. So don't let time slip out of your fingers, because you'll blink and you'll be like, where did the time go? And if you went on that diet or that healthy lifestyle and you blink a year from now, you won't even recognize yourself, and you will be really, really proud of yourself. So don't let a year go by. Start now. So the last story I'm going to be sharing with you guys is when I turned down a marketing manager job. So I was in high school, or I must have been in college by now. I was working with that company for a long time. I was working in marketing, and I didn't know anything about marketing. I was really young, and there wasn't as many resources as there is now, and social media wasn't what it is now. And I'm not that old, but times change. The internet changes, like social media change has changed a lot, especially with AI. And I was also really young, so I had no idea what I was doing. And that's what I want to share with you guys. Sometimes we don't feel like we're ready, but an opportunity wouldn't show up unless there was a reason. You've had to have a reason for an opportunity to land at your feet. It's not, oh, well, sometimes you are lucky, but Sometimes it's because you have something, a skill, or you know something that not everybody knows. But I didn't feel ready. So that job was given to someone else. And I'm still okay with the decision that I made, and I'm thankful for that opportunity, because the person that was hired to do that job, I learned so much from him, and he was awesome. I loved him and I still love him. He's a great designer. He's great at what he does, which is marketing, and I learned so much from him. So I'm very thankful that I got to meet him and learn from him. But also, if I would have taken that position, I would have learned a lot, because I would have been thrown into that position, and that would have made me step up and start looking more into marketing and working harder on my craft, because I would have been the manager. So there was no other way. There was no way to go around my position. Like, I had to figure it out. Couldn't just go in there and talk about everything like I knew what I was talking about. I'd have to, put in the work and learn. And that's one of the best ways you learn, is by being self-taught and teaching yourself, even when you're not taking a class. Or, like, most people take classes and they learn, but you won't learn as fast as if you were taking time on your own to learn more, to look into it more. So I know that I could have grown from it. Don't shy away from an opportunity because you're afraid. You will figure it out, you will learn, and you don't always have to be prepared. And also, really think about how that opportunity landed. Like, something and you have a certain set of skills. If not, you wouldn't have had that opportunity at your feet. Land on your feet. I don't know how the saying goes. I think that's how it goes. So that was the last story that I wanted to share with you guys. There's also two quotes that I want to share. Time will pass whether you take action or not. You spend more energy avoiding the task than doing it. Those are so true. And there is also a funny metaphor that I've always thought about when we want to do something that's good for ourselves, but we avoid it. I was thinking that it's like when you put a baby to sleep, because I have my baby and every time I put him to sleep, he doesn't want to sleep. And kids usually don't want to go to bed because they're having fun or whatever reason it is. But then they feel so much better in the morning when they got a good night's rest. So I think it's funny because we tend to push from the things that we're supposed to do, but if we just did it, we would feel way better. Like, it was an example, like sleeping. If we just went to bed earlier, we'd feel better. If we just started our healthy eating, we would feel better. If we just started that career that we didn't want to start, or take that job that we didn't want to take, we'd learn, and then we'd have confidence in ourselves, and we would feel better about where we are in our career. So I thought that metaphor was so true. Like, we're like kids. We don't want to do what's good for us. And then in the end, when we do it, we feel so much better. There's just a lot of resistance, but we spend more time thinking about the things that we have to do instead of just doing them. If we just did them, then we'd be done with them. So I also want to share the 5 takeaways from this episode. Number 1, start even if you're scared. Doubt is normal. 2, look out for your future self. Don't protect your comfort, protect your progress. 3, discomfort is part of the process. Embrace the pain, it means you're growing. 4, you're more capable than you think. You don't need all the answers, just the willingness to begin. 5, even one day of action can shift your entire mood and self-respect. So this is the end of the episode. You're not out of time yet, but you're running low. I mean, maybe some of you guys are out of time on some things, like me with, bringing my dad to the US, but I'm not out of time to see him. And there's many other things that I can, reference this topic to, but really the main point is take action now, because I'm sure you've heard we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And the sooner you take action, the sooner you will get to your goals or anything that you are trying to achieve. So don't think that you have tomorrow, because we never know. Apologize to that person, go after your goals, start filming, whatever it is that you feel passionate about and you really want to do. Don't let fear hold you back, and just go for it. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to end up in the same place, and we're all going to, perish one day. I know that there's certain words that I can't use, so I'm trying not to use those words. But yeah, we're all gonna perish one day, and we're all gonna, end up in the ground one day. So just take action now, because you don't want to have regrets when you're older and when that time comes. So don't let fear hold you back, because this is just a little blip in the universe that we get to be here. So thank you for joining Break Breakers, and I will see you all next time. Remember to keep breaking those walls.